Hi there, Prairie Plant Girl here. Today we're out in the greenhouse and I'm going to be planting some magic carpet thyme. First, I thought I'd show you some of the things I've been up to. So a quick update would be the tulips that I planted a few weeks ago, I think it is now. They've obviously come up, they're doing well. They're out here in the greenhouse. I've been taking them in at night because it gets quite cold still at night, but they've been coming out here during the day and enjoying the warm temperatures. Something else that's been enjoying these beautiful temperatures during the day is I've been bringing my dusty miller and my flowering cabbage and my brassicas that I just planted a couple of days ago. Here I have my dianthus, my bunny tails grass. I actually threw a few more seeds in to get a little bit more going, get them a little more thickly sown. My celery, you might remember from, it must be a month and a half ago now. It's doing well. And my delphinium, I believe, yes, my delphiniums. So they're all out here and enjoying the sunshine during the day. And then I also take these inside at night before it gets too cold so they're not freezing. But that's just getting them used to a little bit cooler temperatures. They're enjoying their time out here, and then they can go back in at night to keep them protected from the cold frosts and back out during the day. Something else I've been working on is some more staging for my greenhouse. So I have some plastic shelving in here and I don't intend to keep it long term. Right now I'm just borrowing the plastic shelving from my brother. He wasn't needing it right now, so he was kind enough to offer it up to use in my greenhouse, so I kind of figure out how I want everything set up and laid out for sure. I have a really good idea in my head, but you never know till actually get using it what you need. But I knew I wanted at least one more table like this. It's similar to the one that my tulips are on here. I made this last year, the year before maybe, and I've really liked it. So I made another one. This one's, I cut the 2x4s down so it's a little bit smaller framing, but it'll still be just as sturdy. And today I went out and got myself a roll of hardware cloth, so I'll be able to put a top on it, and that'll be excellent. I built this so I can put some boards across the bottom. Right now it doesn't have an actual shelf at the bottom, but I can put boards across there and use it for extra staging in the spring when I have lots of seedlings coming out here. But if I want to grow things in the greenhouse down low, like underneath this shelving, I can pull those boards out and have a more open space that goes up, you know, to 3 feet tall. So it gives me some versatility there with that. So I plan to make a couple more of these, but for now, even one will be a big help once I get a bunch of trays coming out here when the weather warms up. So that's kind of the updates for what's been happening out in the greenhouse and with some of my plants that you've seen me sow. So let's get this magic carpet thyme going. For the magic carpet thyme, I'm just reusing this tray. I believe I purchased lobelia maybe in it last year. And it's a nice size little 24 cell tray. You can see the size of the cells there, and I'm just going to put it in a somewhat waterproof tray, we'll say. This tray leaks, but it'll be all right for out here. The magic carpet thyme is a landscape type thyme, and I already have some of what I believe is that in my front yard. I put that thyme in years ago, and I've since lost the tag. But I had bought a flat like this of it at like a big box store one day and brought it home, and once I'd researched, it said it wasn't actually hardy to my area, but I've had it there for probably close to 10 years now and it's done really well, and I'd like to spread it out a bit. And although you can take divisions of thyme and spread it out quite easily, I have found with this thyme that by the time it gets going in the spring, and I try to take divisions, I'm just not diligent enough of keeping it wet because it's on a gravel pathway in my front yard. And so it dries out quickly, it heats up quickly in that area because my house faces south. And so I just have had trouble getting it to multiply and move around in the way that I would like it to. It has definitely grown and multiplied on its own, but when I try to move bits around, it hasn't done that. So all that said, I plan to get some more going and put some plugs in early spring, and hopefully I can get this going better that way. For the cost of a pack of seeds, I thought it was worth it. All I have here is just some peat moss, and it has some perlite in it. I wet it down I mixed it together here, and I'm just going to fill my tray. So I don't know if I said the thyme is a very low growing thyme with delicate pink flowers. The butterflies just love when it's in bloom. People out for walks always tend to stop when it's in bloom and admire it, as it is such a nice looking carpet of little pink to kind of lavender flowers when it's in bloom. And it blooms for, I'd say, a month and a half to 2 months. So it's a pretty good chunk of the season for us here in Saskatchewan. I've got my tray all filled up here. Dump off some of that mix that I spilt. So I'm not actually sure how many seeds I have in here. I just found this online and thought I'd give her a go. But I'm hoping to fill these trays. And it says to just put the seed on top of the soil and just barely cover it. And you're supposed to do that at 10 to 12 weeks before your average last frost date. And I am at about 11 right now, I believe. This seed is very, very fine. So we'll see. They had suggested just planting in kind of a flat tray, which I guess I should have read the instructions before I came out, and then move them into cells later, and I can see why now because that seed is extremely tiny and fine. But we'll see what I can do with it here. We'll just go like this. So I'm going to try and go through and make sure I get at least one in each cell for now. And then if I have more, I'll come back over it after and try and put a couple more on. I'm sure I'm dropping more than one at a time here anyways. I'll definitely have enough seed. There's lots in this package still, and I've gotten over halfway through, so be a little more generous. I've had neighbors ask to take some divisions from my front yard in the past, and I've always said they can, and as far as I know, no one's come and taken any, and no one's asked for my help in taking any. So if I get enough going here, I could share some out, and that would be, it's always nice when you can share some plants. So I'm actually hoping to try and get this started on a heat mat in my greenhouse here under cover. Okay, so I've got a pretty good amount of seed, I think. I think I have probably at least 4 seeds in every single one of these little cells. Still quite a bit of seed left here. So if I decide if this works out well for me, I can always start some more next year. I'm sure the seed will be quite viable for years. That's from Vessie's. I don't know if I said that. So my plan for this seed is to actually start it in my greenhouse. So let me just cover it up quick before I forget. It did say to put a fine layer on top. I prefer when they give you a measurement of some sort, but just kind of sprinkle some on. Hopefully it's not too clumpy and lumpy. I should have brought some vermiculite out. we'll give this a spray, make sure there's lots of good contact with the soil. And that the top layer is nice and moist. Like I was saying, I'm going to experiment with trying to get this started outside here in my greenhouse. Behind me I have a large heat mat set up, and I have a humidity dome that I'm going to put on top of here, and I have the heat mat set up to a controller. So my plan is during the day, this won't need the heat under it. There'll be plenty of warmth, and there'll be enough warmth in here, but at night it's going to get cold, and having that heat mat just have that heat rising up around this tray should help to give enough warmth so these don't freeze, and we'll do all right throughout the nights for the next little while here. So we'll see how that goes. This is just part of me experimenting with the greenhouse. It's new this year, so I'm not sure exactly what I can get away with out here. And this is a crop that I'm okay with experimenting on. If it seems when I come out in the mornings like it's pretty cold and I can see what the temperature probe from the heat mat is saying, then I may need to move this into my house under some grow lights in there, but it'd be nice if I could get this started outside. And being that it is a perennial that can handle cooler weather, I'd like to see what I can get going, how far I can push it with this. So I'll show you the setup for that. So here's the heat mat, and right now it just has the native plants that I've brought. Remember, if you saw the video about me planting native seeds, I've been bringing some out and putting them on in some trays out here as kind of like a winter sowing. So I'll need to take this off of here right now because I don't really want the heat under them. They're not germinated or anything, so they don't need the heat mat. I haven't had it on until today. So I'm just gonna slide them over, slide these over, and I can see they've been leaking because all these trays that I have out here leak. So I can see it's been dripping water. Get that cleared off. Don't want water all over your heat mat. And then I have this little temperature probe here, and it's connected to my controller for the heat mat. So I'll get my tray, set it here. I want it in the sunniest part so it's getting nice heat and warmth during the day. And I'll just take this probe and I'm going to put it down in the soil in an outer part of the soil that's facing out where there's probably more cold coming, because I think that's a good thing to know where the temperature is at that point. And then it'll be quite warm during the day, which is fine. The heat mat can turn off during the day anyways, but at night that should be the coldest area, I think. So that's where I want the temperature coming from to conduct the controller. And then I'll just put a little humidity dome on top that'll do two things. It'll keep the humidity in there, obviously, to keep the seeds moist, but it also should help to hold a little bit of the heat in at night as well. So I may need to come in during the day and prop this up if it's getting too hot in there, especially once the seeds have germinated. But for now, I'm just going to experiment with that. And I have a little temperature probe here, and I'm going to stick this in so I can see what the temperature is inside here from inside the house, because this will transmit the temperature reading for me inside the house. The controller that I have for the heat mat, I can actually attach to an app on my phone, but I haven't done that, and I don't intend to do that. I plan to just use it out here and just check on it manually. But it has the capability of hooking two different heat mats up to it, so that's the one I purchased. I've never used a controller for my heat mats before, but I thought with this year trying to do a few more things in the greenhouse, it might be nice to be able to set up a few heat mats for things like this and be able to control them. So I can control two different heat mats at two different temperatures if I want with the controller. Right now I just have this one, which is a 4-foot by 2-foot heat mat. If you're ever curious about the products I use in my videos, I try to leave links for anything that I've purchased on Amazon, because it's easy to leave a link for that for you. I do get a little bit of a kickback from purchases made from those links, which helps to support this channel, but never feel obligated to purchase from them. It's more so you can check it out and find it. If they're from another larger retailer that I can find online, sometimes I'll put the links for that as well, just for information purposes again, so you can see. If this works out and I'm able to control the temperature fairly well here, then I'll start letting my brassicas and things stay out in my greenhouse on this space overnight with just probably a frost blanket over them just to help hold the warmth in without too much humidity because the plants have already grown. So that's what I'm up to in my greenhouse these days. I hope you found something interesting and new about this video, and maybe it gave you some inspiration of things to do in your space or plants to try, like this magic carpet thyme. It is a beautiful walkable thyme that you can use for pathways and walkways, or even I've toyed with the idea of replacing my grass in my backyard with it. I love it so much, but for now we'll stick to it in the front yard around my flower beds and enjoy it that way. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye.